Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alisya and I'm from MRSM KUALA. So, what our topic is for today is to study which fertilizers are suitable for rubber tree plants. So, let's get started. So, our table of contents is introduction, methodology, fertilization schedule, alternative, results, discussion, reports, and conclusion. So the first one is introduction. What is the problem? Apart from treating acidic soil, fertilizers need to be added to soil to replace nutrients such as nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus that has been absorbed by plants. There is a variety of fertilizer in the market. Which fertilizer are suitable for this kind of plant? So the plant that we are investigating right now to find the perfect fertilizer is rubber tree plants that we know from the start of the video. So some introduction of rubber tree plants. Rubber tree plants is also known as Hevia brasiliensis, the para rubber tree, syringa tree, seringuera, or most commonly rubber tree or rubber plant. It is a flowering plant belonging to the sapperge family Euphobiaceae. It is the most economically important member of the genus Hevia because the milk lactase extracts from the tree is the primary sources of natural rubber. And the second one is methodology. Rubber plants need a high phosphorus fertilizer at their early growth stage as it facilitates healthy root growth. As a rubber plant matured, nitrogen is more needed to help stimulate the plant growth. So the average nitrogen that is needed for the fertilizer is 27%, and the role for the rubber tree plants is essential for photosynthesis and helps stimulate the growth of leaves and foliages. The second one is phosphorus, 45%, is encourage roots growth and essential for flowering and fruiting plants. The last one, potassium, 26%. It helps grow, regulate water intake, helps fight off disease, and makes plants resilient. And that's all from me. So I pass it to my friend Anisa Alia. So carry on watching the YouTube. Bye!
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I'll present about fertilization schedule of rubber tree. First, why fertilize your plants? The rubber plant may struggle to grow if enough food is not provided to them. Here are some signs of an under-fertilized rubber plant. First, stunted growth, leaves losing its color, edges of the leaves turning yellow or brown, younger leaves turning yellow and drooping, weaker root growth, and leggy plant growth. Types of fertilizers. There are three types of fertilizers. First, liquid fertilizer. Second, granular fertilizer and slow-release fertilizers. Liquid fertilizers are the most preferred form of synthetic fertilizer as we can control the exact dosage, reducing the risk of over-fertilization, especially for beginners. Granular fertilizers are mostly available in the form of pellets. This type of fertilizers can be mixed with the soil and fed to your plants. Slow-release fertilizers are also available as pellets, but they are coated with a shell that slows down the release of nutrients, and as a result, the nutrients release slowly into the soil whenever we water the plant. These are better than granular fertilizer, but the problem is we cannot dilute to meet our rubber plant needs, which decreases the flexibility. Thus, the best synthetic fertilizer available for rubber would be a liquid fertilizer. Rubber plants need to be fertilized after every 4 to 6 weeks, but we can't over-fertilize it. If you over-fertilize your rubber plant, this will happen. First, yellowing and droopy leaves, root rot, stunted growth, excess buildup of fertilizer on topsoil, change in the structure of foliage. Schedule. First, on the seed level, the fertilizers needed is 50 to 100 grams, 1 to 3 years, 100 to 200 grams, 3 to 5 years, 400 to 600 grams, and 6 years and above is 500 grams to 1 kilogram. And not to be forgotten, rubber trees should be fertilized 2 to 3 times a year according to Malaysian rubber tree plantation. That's all. Thank you.
So let me continue this presentation. Okay, first alternative methods to plant rubber tree. Okay, first explanation. Foliar feeding is a technique of feeding plants by applying liquid fertilizer directly to the leaf. Plants are able to absorb essential elements through their leaves. The absorption takes place through their stomata and also their epidermis. Plants are also able to absorb nutrients through their bark. Second, another type of fertilizer which contain macronutrient, secondary nutrient, and additive nutrient uptake enhancer. This fertilizer can aid in increasing effectiveness of root growth system to absorb nutrient. Besides, it also helps in strengthening immunization of the tree to fight disease and pest attack. For interpreting data, here we include the calculation of cost for 1 hectare. For that one, as you can see, the price of 1 unit multiplied by the total of 3 in 1 hectare, and for the total cost is 1,176.40 cents. Okay. Here is the interview dialogue with the manager, which is we asked about the suitable fertilizer and also the quantity needed and cost. For the conclusion, our title is fertilization of rubber tree. Aim is to investigate the fertilization detail on rubber tree. Problem statement, as you can see, what is needed in rubber tree fertilizer, how long is the period of fertilization for rubber tree for each type of fertilizer, and how much is the cost for rubber trees fertilization. And for the hypothesis, the suitable and right amount of each element needed in fertilizer will help in growing the rubber trees. For the variables, manipulated variable is type of fertilizer, responding variable is rubber tree growth process, and for the fixed variable is type of crops. And the conclusion, rubber trees need to be controlled carefully and need to be fertilized so that it will receive right amount of necessary product in order to grow healthily. The fertilizer allocation provided by the government is sufficient for Malaysians, such as the RISDA fertilizer recommended for rubber entrepreneurs. Still, the entrepreneurs themselves can still try to run other alternatives so that the crops grow healthier and more fertile. Okay, that's all from our group. Thank you.